want to say, improv wise, like something we've done before, something you haven't done before, you're new and you have a question, something you've heard, something that's occurred to you, anything. So it's not just me talking.
Okay.
Anything?
I
What's
just
wrong?
want to remember that we should not use actual props, but just the object.
Don't use actual props. Yes, yes. In fact, we talked about that yesterday, and I played a tiny little 1 minute video to show you what the point. I asked last night if anyone had ever heard of Laurence Olivier, Sir Laurence Olivier. Yes, I mean he was one of the greatest actors of the 20th century, and I have a tiny little clip of him saying something. He's not talking about improv, but it may as well be. It's acting, and here's what he had to say.
You must remember that the theater is an art, and you have a beautiful painting, perhaps, of a man by some great painter, Rembrandt, and that is a work of art. Now, if you cut out its nose and put a real person's nose in, the real person's nose would be absolutely marvelously real, but the rest of the painting would look idiotic. So don't forget that.
Right, that. Yeah. So this is never a phone in improv. This is not. This is a phone in improv. Don't use real things, other than chairs, because they're on the stage. But unless your director tells you, "Hey, for this thing, we're going to use stuff. We're going to use hats, or we're going to use funny stuff." That's cool. But in general, don't, because if I'm talking on this phone in our scene and you're talking on this phone in our scene, it makes me look ridiculous. And we as improvisers have the ability to bring, as I've said last night, yesterday morning, an elephant onto the stage. We can bring an elephant. There it is. There's the elephant. I can bring 10 elephants onto the stage, but I can't do that if this is a phone and now I need real elephants. So no real stuff. That's a good point. Anything else? Would we lose? Okay, we lost the person who asked that question. Any other comments or questions or thoughts? Anything? Just me?
How about swearing?
Good question. That's an excellent question. Here's I can cover that whole thing. Swearing, doing funny accents that make fun of some people that talk in a different way, that sort of thing. Playing a different race from you. Here's how I handle that. First of all, imagine that your mother, your grandmother, and your sister, and your friend's grandmother and mother and sister are in the audience. If you would do that in front of them, then go ahead and do it. If not, then treat the audience like they're like somebody's grandmother is in that audience. Yes, sometimes it's gonna come out. Sometimes some words are just gonna come out, and if it comes out, it does. What are you gonna do? But don't keep doing it. Don't do it on purpose. Don't lean on it as a crutch, because a lot of newer improvisers, they get out on the stage, they're talking. They've been on the stage for a minute. Nobody's laughed in the audience. They feel like, oh, I better do something. So they just start saying shit, and there's shit all over the walls, and you're an asshole, and worse. Thinking, well, that's good. That will make people laugh, and it will make the fraternity boys in the back laugh. But it's I wouldn't do it unless the director says that's what we're doing. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning in New York City and you're doing this crazy show, whatever. Yeah, but any question that you have, any question about should we do this or should we not, ask the director, ask whoever is in charge. And then the other thing that I like to do, because I run a theater now, and I have run a theater in Miami for years. It's like, okay, you're an improviser, you're on the stage, you're saying stuff, and you're spouting out some political opinion, or you're being vulgar or whatever. This is not your stage. It's mine. These audience members are people paying the rent. And if you do stuff on the stage that chases them away and I can't pay the rent, well, you want to say that kind of stuff, get your own damn theater. But this is not your soapbox. It's mine. And always keep that in mind. Like I'm a guest here. So, but once again, it's up to the director entirely. Or if you don't have a director, whoever leads the troupe. Talk about it for sure. Absolutely. It's a really good question. People don't ask it enough. Anything else?
In terms of sensitivities, we should feel through the scene if the scene partner might not like where it's going.
Yes, it's yeah. You never know. It's funny. I come. My sensitivity is American. I know what's happened in America, in the history and all that. So I approach it from that way. So if you're doing, for me, if we're doing improv anywhere in America, well, how come we can make fun of Swedish people, but we can't make fun of Japanese people? Well, because we didn't put Swedish people in internment camps in this country. How come we can make fun of Norwegian people, but we can't make fun of black people? Well, because we didn't lynch Norwegian people. You treat people that way, you kind of lose the right to make fun of them. So they're not equal because you didn't treat them equally in the past. There's history. So yeah, if you're not aware of it, believe me, try that stuff. You'll become aware of it. It's different everywhere. Who knows the way it is in different countries, but where I am, history is what it is. People are treated this way and that way, and it's not equal. So there was a woman doing a piece. We were doing a bit, and she was doing a Japanese accent, and she was actually doing it very well and very respectfully, and she was playing a Japanese person, so it wasn't funny. It wasn't a funny Japanese. It was just a Japanese accent. It sounded very good. But for some reason, it just made us all go, ew. So, and afterwards, she couldn't understand until we explained to her, you didn't do anything wrong, but we all kind of went, ew. So maybe we shouldn't do that. So it's not logical, but that's the way it is. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Any other thoughts? Okay. So one of the things that we proved yesterday is that you don't have to have been doing this for very long to do really, 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 really good stuff. We had two women who, one was their first time ever, they'd never even seen improv, and they never done it, and they were very nervous. And the other one had taken one workshop with me and was still very, very nervous. I put them in a scene together. They were marvelous. I mean, really good. So this stuff is easy. And the harder you try, it's kind of like swimming. You should just tread water sometimes. The harder you try, the more you splash, the worse it is. You don't need to try so hard. This is not hard. The stuff that we're going to be doing is as I've said before, is grounded scene work. Who wants to tell me what I mean by that?
You believe in your character and you believe at what you're saying.
Yes. When your character says something, everybody believes that's real. And yesterday, if you watched the thing we did yesterday, there were a lot of very strange, weird scenes about crazy stuff. Yet it was grounded because as the people were doing it, it was clear they believed it. They weren't just doing it to be funny. It was real to them. So grounded doesn't mean boring. It just means don't just say anything for no reason. If your character would say it, fine. If I say in a scene from out of nowhere, I think my coffee cup's talking to me, that's stupid. But if I say, I think my coffee cup is talking to me, well, obviously I believe it. Same words, but one of them is just me being a goof, and the other one is me seriously believing that my coffee cup's talking to me. That's the difference between grounded and not. So that's what we're going to be doing. Grounded scenes that take place in some sort of reality. And a couple of things to know ahead of time. We'll do 2-person scenes. You always know one another. Your characters always have known one another for at least 6 months, if not more. This is your characters are not meeting for the first time. Your character is not a salesman and a customer. Your characters know one another. Just make sure that that's always the case, or else.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I had a question. Okay, you were talking about transactional scenes and how to get out of them really quickly. I have this thing where people keep trying to get me to be a psychologist or a cop or whatever, just because of the way I look and the age and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Is that still transactional? And how do I get out of that? Because I always want to kill those off, and it's problematic.
Well, one way to get out of it is to use the character's name.
Okay.
Phil, we've talked about this often. I was at the barbecue. We talked about this. Remember? And okay, now it's the two of you. Now you can proceed.
Okay.
So now it's not just doctor patient. It's Phil and Steve.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you do get when I would go on stage and try to portray a woman, which I did 50% of the time. Portray a woman, whatever, for no reason. Mm-hmm. I tried not to talk in a high voice, and I would just try to use subtle mannerisms and stuff just to be clear. And 9 times out of 10, they would think I was being a gay man, which was really bad because what I was doing looked like I was making fun of gay men when actually I'm a woman. See, and so it's like, oh God, why? Well, I wouldn't do that. Why would I do this flaming gay character? So, try to make it obvious. Try. You can say stuff like, you're treating me very, very distantly. Al. We have a lot. There's a lot between us. We've been through a lot. Just say it, and there you go.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Comments? Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do a couple of we'll do some short, like 2-minute scenes, 2 people. Everyone else will go. I'll leave, and then we'll see where we're at. We'll see where we are. God damn. Miami too long.
Where you at?
Where we at?
Where you at?
Where you at? Where you be?
You at?
Okay. Let's do it. So I'm just going to leave 2 people in, and you'll just do a scene, and I'm not going to give you any input. I don't believe in it. So let's do that. And I'll pull people out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let me get up here. Shut that off, and I'll get out of your way.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
hey. Come on,
Hey.
try to do this TikTok dance with me.
Oh, come on. I hate doing stuff like that. I look like I'm an old guy. I don't want to do that. I look stupid.
But that's the point. You're the old guy. Kids love that when we, like us Gen Z, we love doing it with you guys. Come on.
All right.
All right. So which one do you want? Do you want to do the drop it down low one, or do you want to do the way up high one?
The way down low one.
All right, all right.
Go for it.
You sure you can do it? Are you sure?
Okay, let's go.
Oh, okay. All right, come on. You gotta bring it down low. Come on, drop it down low. Low, 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 low.
Oh.
Lower. Can you do it? Oh, wait. I forgot to click. Wait. I forgot to click.
Ooh.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm stuck like this.
Oh my god.
Oh. Call your brother. Have him come pick me up.
Wait, okay.
You think this is funny, don't you?
Yes?
This is so. Oh. You are out of the. Oh, you are out of the will. You are out of the will. That's it. Move out of that apartment. I'm selling your condo. You have any idea how much pain I'm in right now?
No.
I'm 69 years old. You had me do a TikTok dance, and now my back is tweaked. Why aren't you calling your brother? Nathan, call your brother. Sit down, pick up the phone, call your brother.
Can you please? If I call, can I still stay? I want to keep my car.
Okay, scene. Nice job. Good job. Okay. All right. What do we got here? All right. So, any thoughts about that? Anyone? Did you like it? You can say so. It's hard enough doing this without an audience.
You can say you hated it too. That would be fine.
It was just fun. Yeah, it was just fun to watch.
All right.
Okay.
It's nice to see movements being used even in a small screen.
Yes. Yes. If you can call that movement, but
or positions.
Or
someday, Tom, this will be your.
No, it won't, because I would say no. I ain't doing that damn dance. I'm not doing the dance.
It was so grounded.
Yes, it was. Well, yes.
I was grounded. I felt bad for Nathan,
Yes.
the son.
Oh no, I felt bad for Rob.
Well, yeah.
I was channeling all these old soccer injuries.
Yeah, wow.
A very method moment for me.
We have we have a lot in common.
I wanted to give Rob Bengay ointment.
Philip, that's enough. Yeah, okay, moving on.
Okay. So, what did you think of the scene? The two of you who were in it.
It was a bit transactional for me, honestly. It was like do the wacky thing and then get injured. It was okay. It was okay, but I think we could have gone somewhere. We maybe should have started talking about the relationship, or probably would have been a better ending for it.
Mm-hmm.
On the contrary, I don't think it was transactional. Although I do have to agree that we were both figuring out what is the game of the scene.
Yeah.
Because we're there, I think we were just picking up on all the offers that were being offered to each other. But it was, like what Ella said, we were grounded. But I guess although we were grounded, we were just looking for where we want to bring this story to. Because I was like, should I keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Transactional, it's possible, but it did start off literally as a teaching scene, which is a form of transactional scene. But it quickly stopped being that, which is fine, as long as you don't get stuck in a quicksand of a teaching scene or transactional scene. As long as you get out of it and becomes now about the relationship between the two of you, which it did.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I thought the same thing at first. We just keep losing people. I thought the same thing at first, but then I said, "Oh, I see. Okay, all right, it's going here." You also can say no. This yes and myth is just nonsense. You don't actually have to do the dance. I know maybe you're trained in one way in improv. Well, I have to say yes and to do that. No, you don't. You don't have to do it. 50-50. You can do it or not do it. You can do it and complain about it. You can not do it for some other whatever. You got your own shit. His shit is he wants you to dance. What's yours? So that. But it did. There was definitely a status shift, right in the middle. He was telling you, Oos was telling you what to do, how to do it. Kind of manipulate. His character was kind of manipulating you, and then suddenly it was like, "Hey, boom!" And now he better watch out, or he's going to get thrown out of the apartment. So that was a nice status shift. I think that's the kind of thing that energizes the scene. Okay, let's swap it up. Let me get two more in. Let's see. Oh, that. This is harder than it looks. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Right there. There you go. I'm going to take that away. And we're going to keep in mind certain things about scenes. We're going to talk about them later again. But the idea of scene dynamics for no reason, louder, softer, quicker, slower, nearer, farther, repeating, facial stuff. You don't have to wait for a reason. Do these things automatically or consciously, and then reasons will come about. So these are tools you can use. You don't have to worry about where the scene's going to go. And as far as the game of the scene, I don't believe every scene needs a game, but needs a game inserted. But most scenes do seem to find one because that's the way life works. But, don't worry about it. But we'll talk more about that in a bit. So are you ready?
Oh no, it's you again.
Wait, you don't want to see me again? You don't want to see me anymore?
This is the 500th time you're in my dream while I'm asleep.
It's because 3 hours before you sleep, you look at my picture and you're surprised.
But the picture was just there in my room. It didn't come from me. And then you suddenly appear in my sleep every time now.
It's because recall what you're doing before you go to sleep. Recall just for 1 minute. What did you do before you sleep? You took a shower.
Melatonin. I drank melatonin.
Took my picture.
Oh.
And
I put it under my pillow. I put it under my pillow before sleeping. But
yeah, why did you do that?
Because you become a habit. I still don't know your name. What's your name? You don't
know my name.
But
I've been in your dreams for the past 3 months now, every night.
But you sing the same song every night.
I do. So you remember.
Yeah, you sing Celine Dion songs. I don't like Celine Dion.
Yes, you do. You like saying you don't like, but you do. I'm in your subconscious, remember?
The things I don't like is you.
The things that you actually like is me that you don't want to admit when you're conscious.
I don't like girls. You know that.
Yeah, but you do have
Oh,
fantasies.
ew.
You do
Scene,
have fantasies,
scene,
Lilith.
scene. Cool. Okay, fun, nice. That was weird in a very good way.
My dream girl.
Interesting choice. Fun. I like that. Because it is grounded. It's a grounded scene. It's real. You both believe it. You're both real. That depended on Ella. In other words, her choices could have made your initial move ridiculous, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But by accepting it as reality and by going with it and being that, suddenly, not only was it not ridiculous, it was actually fascinating. I was kind of drawn in, seeing someone talking it over with his dream, which is very interesting, and fun, very inventive. But it wasn't so inventive that it seemed predetermined, like you'd thought of this all week. It was kind of cool. Any other thoughts? Anyone? Anything you saw? You inspired total silence. That was excellent. Nothing. Okay, from the two of you, anything?
It was fun. I didn't know where it was going, but it was the point.
Well, you're not supposed to know where it's going. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
It was just sudden because I've been chatting with this group and I realized the first time I had the scene with Ella, so I thought she was a dream girl.
Okay. That's very possible. I thought the same thing about Ella and Rob. Strangely, I don't know why. It was no. I didn't. So great. Let's talk about one or two quick things. Let's talk about other tools that we use. We've spoken about them sometimes before. That one. There's one. Being specific. Who wants to tell me about that?
Celine Dion, that was funny.
Yeah.
We were specific in the
Maybe.
song, and I enjoyed it. And the reaction of Ella is like, "Oh my God, an old song," but she just rode with it. This was good.
Okay. Anyone else want to tell me about specificity in the scenes? Tell me what it is.
You use proper nouns.
Yeah. Rather than be vague about things, if you can think of remember to try to be specific about things. I'm not going to see the doctor. I'm going to see Dr. Birnbaum. I'm not going to the store. I'm going to Target. I'm not going to drive a car. I'm going to drive a Mercedes. So when you say an actual thing as opposed to just the generic thing, it really just explodes in the scene. And very often, if you're looking for a game in a scene, that's where it's going to come from.
And then I said melatonin, and then Ella was talking about shower. What did I do before I slept? I found the shower funny. So
yeah. Cool. So those are tools that we can use. Specificity. These are things that you can think of while you're doing a scene. What tool can I use right now? As opposed to, where's the scene going? Because you don't need to really think about that, particularly at the beginning. So free your mind from that and use your brain for other things, like I'm going to talk loud now for no reason. What do you mean I can't go to the store with you? For no reason. When you do that, guess what happens? A reason. You don't have to wait for it. You don't have to wait to react. There's no time to react, to wait for the bus to come. Snap your fingers and the bus is there. And silences, pauses. I'd love to go. Would you go to the prom with me, Louise? Yes. Would you go to the prom with me, Louise? Yes. Would you go to the prom? Yes. 3 different meanings. There doesn't have to be a reason. Just say, it's so simple. Just say, here's a hammer. I'm going to use the hammer now. Just say, I'm going to use this tool for no reason. I'm going to talk loud now. I'm going to talk over her right now. I'm going to talk softly right now for no reason. Just do it. You don't have to think about it. There's no creativity involved in it. Then you'll find that where you are just blows creativity out of your head, and it's great. So let's get 2 more folks in there. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Hey. Hey.
Yes, I heard you.
Robok siya na.
Talaga. Ngayon mo pa sasabihin yan? During this time, really? Can't we just cheer up for a change? Come on. Really? You give me that smile. Okay, you're not gonna make it until you fake it with that smile with me. Not today.
Robok siya na. Robok siya na.
You and your excuses. Ngayon naman masakit ipin mo, your toothaches, and you can't go. When are you gonna run out of excuses?
I go back to Alabama. You always anger.
I don't wanna be always like this, okay? But you're just pushing me to be this. Okay, go back. If you want to go back to Alabama, then go back. I'm not gonna stop you.
Robok siya na ba ako to? Rumbura ka siya na.
See what I mean? If I push your buttons, you do that to me.
Give you money, give you car, give you robok siya na ba? You bring me back Alabama? Robok siya na ba?
Well, that's what you've always wanted. And besides, I earned that car and everything that you gave me. I worked my ass off.
Half mine, half you.
Really? You want a divorce? Don't dare me.
Good. That was nice. Fun. Scene. Okay, let's get back in. And thoughts, anybody?
I like how George make I call this Can someone translate? I know you.
How George interprets her gibberish.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Well, of course. That's always fun. What else? What else did you see?
There was a change of pace in Joy's gibberish. She suddenly became like me, Tarzan, you, Jane, the short language. I think it worked for rhythm, for change of vibes.
Right.
They were able to source or read each other really, really well. You could really see the sense of trust between the two of them.
True. And it seemed to increase as it went on.
Yeah.
Till it got to the end there when it was just facial expression, which I could have watched for a long time. I liked that, which is why I ended it right there. You always, if you can, you always want to end it on a high note, make the audience want more. So yeah, the like you say, trust, the calmness to just speak with your eyes, particularly when we're doing it online like this. It's a little harder on a stage when somebody's sitting 60 feet away from you. But you can still do it, and you should. But here, I mean, my God, anything else?
I like that it started with different languages, and they found a grounded point of view, which was a quarrel to divorce, which just happened.
Right. And I don't know what language Joy was supposedly speaking, but I just thought, well, that's Alabama. That's
Alabama.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's what made me laugh. It's like Alabama.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Alabama.
We learned Alabama speak.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, George. Specificity. If you hadn't said Alabama, Alabama is funny because it's just so not Alabama, but it's like it's hilarious.
It sounded like Obama than Alabama.
Oh well.
Osama.
Oh. No, I definitely heard Alabama. Okay, let's get two more in. We've got Michael and Josh. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, ready to rock and roll. I'll get out of your way.
Private Schumacher. Private Schumacher. Stand up and meet Private Schumacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What did I told you a while ago about this cleaning that toilet?
What did you say, sir?
This toilet of yours in this academy. I see a one skid mark. You know the drill, Mr. Schumacher, Private Schumacher. You wanna do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups in 24 hours?
Yes, Sergeant.
You want me to get you back to your country in the faraway East land?
You've given me that earlier.
You think this is funny, Mr. Schumacher?
No, not that. No, Sergeant.
Recite me the 100 drills of promise right now.
One. Wake up early.
Number 2.
4 a.m.
Number 2. What's number 2?
4 in the morning. Wake up 4 in the morning.
That's wrong. It's
okay. Number 2.
Yeah.
Number 2. Take a shower, but only 5 seconds.
Look at me when you're talking to me, Private Schumacher.
Take a shower and just make it 5 seconds short.
I know. What's
And
the number
number
100? What's the number 100? The most important thing of all.
Look into your eyes, sir, when I'm talking.
That's right. Look right straight in my eyes. Are you blind? Are you not looking at my eyes? Private Schumacher, I want you to get out of this campus right now, or I will tell your mother and your father and your grandmother that you're a failure, and I will make you pay for it. Okay? Your tuition fee in this academy, your food allowance, etc. Huh? This is not where you belong. Okay? This is the Boy Scouts Academy. Huh? Private Schumacher, I want you to understand that your parents are paying for it to be a Boy Scout of this country. Okay? Private Schumacher.
Sir, can you give me another? Can you give me another chance? I'll do anything.
I will give you another chance.
Just
Okay.
give me another.
I
don't
want
wanna
you.
go home.
Okay. I want you to do something for me.
Yes.
I want you. I want you. Private Schumacher.
Yes. I'll do it. But should I start now?
Scene, guys, scene. What? But before you sit down and go away, stay in character, and I want you to come up with the fourth of 100 rules. But I want you to say them at the same time together.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Private Schumacher. Okay, let's recite together. Rule
Yes.
number 1. Okay, game.
Number 4.
No, rule number 1 first.
Rule number 1. Wake up 4 in the morning.
Faster, make it faster. Number 2.
Scene.
Yes,
Good.
number
You got
2.
it. Got it. Okay. Just a little trick you can use in a scene. You know, when something like, and it's like, okay, or songs too. Hey, remember that song we used to sing? And then you have to kind of try to sing it together at the same time. So those are things you can definitely throw into a scene. Cool. So any thoughts about anything so far? Okay. Here's what I want to try. Now I want to do a few, another round of scenes. This time I'm going to do a little side coaching, which will be just like a little banner coming up on the bottom, so I won't stop you. I may or may not, but if I see something, I might say, hey, try this. Here's what I'd like you to do this time around. I want you to see if you can be the one who's wrong, the one who's mistaken, the one who's sorry, the one who's not that smart necessarily, the one who's not on top. I'm talking to everyone. So see what happens if instead of the sitcom race to the top, see who's funnier or faster or more higher status than the other. Try a race to the bottom. See who can be wronger. And when you're wrong, when you're low status, the things you don't do when you're low status, you don't defend yourself. You don't make excuses. You know, well, I would have, but if you say I would have, but then you don't think you're wrong. So no excuses. Don't defend yourself when you're wrong. See how good it feels to be wrong, or stupid, or not stupid, but ill-informed, or emotional. Okay. Try that. You're not both going to be able to do it at the same time all the time, and you're not going to be able to do it through the whole scene. But see what it's like to try and go there. All right. Any questions? Nothing? Okay. Let's try it. I'll take 1, 2. Okay. Ready? I'll get out of your way. Slightly longer scene. Go ahead. Maybe like a 3 to 4 minute scene.
You were right.
Really?
Yeah, you were right all along. I should have listened to you.
It's only a guess, I'm sorry.
You don't need to be sorry.
It's happened.
It's all right. I mean, things happen for a reason, and
Don't. Bullshit
I
is
know
that?
it's the same, and I don't believe it before, but now I do. I mean, it all makes sense.
Michael, somebody died, and it's my fault. I didn't mean it's my fault. Come on, own it.
Look, it's my fault, okay?
How? No, you weren't even there. Come on. You're trying to be a friend. That's great, but I've screwed this up.
Look, you don't need to make all these excuses. I know it's my fault. Because I encouraged him to join you.
This is your ego talking. This is no. I could have stopped him. I could have said, slow down. That's enough for one night. I could have done all of those things. He watched you getting high once, and then he went down this road. That's not your fault. I was the guy in the room. I just should have said, that's it, go home.
All right. We fought before he joined you guys.
You
over
always
a
fight.
petty thing.
This is the worst relationship I've ever seen. Come on. Fuck. He liked what you guys did together. He liked that dynamic. It was fucking ridiculous to the rest of us, but come on. You know as well as I do that he wanted this. It's a way out.
I know more than you do because I know him better. That's why it's my fault.
Okay. You always have to win, don't you? You always have to, no matter, we're dealing with somebody's suicide by chemistry, and you're making it about you. This is so embarrassing.
Daddy, how dare you?
Mom is going to be furious. Mom, you know it's going to go bad. That's what you should be thinking about, not how important this makes you, how significant it makes you.
You're always a squealer.
Make the call, Danny. Make the call.
All right, I will. I'll make the call.
Now, let's go.
Ring.
Give me the phone. Give me the imaginary phone. Hey, Ma.
Scene.
Danny's got something to tell you.
Scene. Okay, cool. Good.
Use the prop.
What's that?
I forgot not to use the props.
You did. You did.
And I was the one who mentioned it in the beginning.
I know, wasn't that? That's comedy. That's comedy right there. Yeah. Yeah. If I'd had your number, I would have texted you something really nasty right then. Okay. So, any thoughts? I like that. Anybody? Any reactions whatsoever to what they just did? Did you like it?
It's hard to keep saying yes to your partner.
No, you can always say yes.
Yeah, but you can, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different route. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no one. I mean, did you like it? I mean, some reaction. I mean, they're entitled to that, you know. So.
I felt sadder watching it.
I like it.
It makes me sad.
I think it made you feel something.
Yeah.
It's funny because it was making me laugh.
Yeah, me too. It's making me laugh.
Yeah. I mean, if I walked into a room and these were two real people saying these real things, that would make me sad. If I'm watching two actors do this in improv comedy, it makes me laugh. Particularly because they're fighting over who's to blame.
Yeah.
So however low they go, it's like, yeah, well, you're selfish because you're taking the blame. So, yeah, I thought it was funny, and then when it got emotional, that really pushed it. When you started sniffling and crying and all that, that helped, because it's not real. Okay, anyone else? Yeah, you did a lot of cool stuff, and you did have gaps, like verbal gaps of silence. Yes.
It made me.
What's that? Michael?
Didn't hear the rest of it, Michael.
It made me wonder what. It made me. That the scene made me think. Okay. It made me curious what each one did wrong. What was the wrong thing they did? What were they saying sorry for?
Yeah. And there's two ways to go. You can find out or not find out.
Mm-hmm.
So if it makes you curious, then they've won. They win, because they've drawn you in. So as it turns out, at least to me, it doesn't matter what it was they did, because when if they finally say what it was they did, it's never going to be nearly as bad as what I'm imagining. I'm imagining all kinds of stuff, and when they finally puncture that balloon and say it was this, it's going to be like, oh, just that. Oh. So if you can keep people in suspense, and you don't have to go there, it's because it's always going to be a letdown, because people can imagine worse stuff than what you're going to say, particularly if you're the type of improviser who always tries to make things better. So it's never going to be something horrible. I never should have barbecued those kittens. Who knew? I didn't know. I thought we had hamburgers. I didn't know. I saw the cats. I wasn't thinking. That's horrible. But most improvisers are not going to go there. They're going to say something. Yeah, I'm leaving. I wrecked the car. So what? You know? So you can leave us in suspense. We don't care about the outcome. This is not a play. We don't care where it goes. We don't care. It's about the connection. It's about exactly what you just saw. Cool. Okay, let's swap it up. Where are we? So we will get rid of just did that, and we did that. This will be interesting. Here we go. Same deal. Try to go. Try to be wrong or incorrect or like you saw. See if you can accomplish that at least at some point. Okay.
I don't want to cry, but it's heavy here. I'm sorry, Ad. I should have not eaten your candies. Are you mad at me?
You stole it in my candy bar.
Sorry, I'm so bad. I feel so bad, Ate. I'm sorry. Can I just give you my M&Ms? Are you mad at me?
Where's the M&Ms?
Here. I'm so stupid. I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry. I'm so bad. I'm a bad girl. I'm gonna go to hell.
That's okay. We can buy another candy in the candy store. Don't cry. You look ugly when you cry.
I'm ugly. I know I'm ugly. I know I'm ugly, Ate. Because I don't know how to follow my ate.
Don't say that.
I feel ugly.
Don't
Ate,
say you're ugly because we look the same. We look the same. People say we look the same. So when you're ugly, I'm ugly too.
But
don't say that.
But you always pray. I don't know how to pray. So I'm going to hell because
I'll teach you. You open your fingers like this.
But
Follow
Ate,
me. Follow me. What?
I want to cry, but I don't want to cry. Why is it I want to cry, but I don't want to cry? Why am I feeling like that? Because
then you feel.
Oh, why am I not feeling anything?
Crying.
I'm not feeling anything
you're a
anymore.
Robot. You're a robot. We're in outer space. There's so many galaxies. You see that? You see that? Stars. And we're flying. We're flying! Hey! We're flying! Raise your hands! Yeah! We're for real!
I am not like you. I am just a stupid robot. I only know how to feel sad.
You close your eyes. You close your eyes, then imagine the space out there. So huge and so... What you call that? So huge and so many galaxies. The Milky Way.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so stupid. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so stupid. I wanted to cry, but now I can't cry. Why? I don't know. I'm so stupid.
I'll try to pinch you.
I didn't feel that. Oh, I'm so useless.
Oh, you have a new power. You can't feel anything. That's so cool. You can't feel anything. That's a
I'm not
superpower.
cool.
So
You
when
are
someone
cool.
would punch me, I'll just front you in so that you can't feel anything. There's a bully in school. I'll do that. You want? And when he backs you, you can't feel anything. Backs him back.
Maybe I should just die.
Well,
I'm useless. I don't have a
heaven's
purpose. I take your
well,
candy.
heaven's a beautiful place.
I can't
they
feel
say.
anything. And I can't even imagine what you're talking about. I am so useless. I'm not like you.
My head is
I'm nothing.
exploding. I don't understand you anymore.
And nobody understands me.
You're a 10-year-old, but you speak like you're 67.
Yes, that's true. Nobody understands me. That's why I should just be gone. Don't you think? Because I'm useless. I don't have a purpose. I can't feel anything.
Where we're going?
You don't deserve to be there. I deserve to be there. To hell.
Hell? Well,
Yes.
I think heaven's a beautiful place too.
I don't know what heaven is.
I don't
only
believe
know
in hell. I don't believe
I am
in hell.
hell.
You're in Earth. You're in Earth. I can still touch you.
You can? I
Yeah.
don't feel myself. I'm useless. I'm purposeless. I don't belong here. Nobody likes me here.
I like
Maybe
you.
that's why I took your candies. Because I wanted to taste. I wanted to feel something. Maybe that's why. And I felt regret. And I felt sad. And that's all. Maybe I am meant to be here.
I'll cry with you if you want to. Why didn't you feel anything? I feel it when I poke you like that and it's hurting.
Oh, don't cry. Oh, no. Don't cry. Oh, no. Don't cry, ate. Oh.
I love you.
I love you too.
And scene.
I felt
Okay, there you go. There you go.
I felt that.
There you go. And scene. You changed. That's what you should do. Cool. Whew. Any thoughts? Anyone? Whatever they are. Unmute yourselves. Talk. Any thoughts?
I love the robot. That was just a great choice, and a lot of stuff to do. And the pinching worked so perfectly with that. And the surprise on Ella's face where she wasn't sure what that was supposed to feel like. I thought that was really that was really interesting stuff. And the change at the end where it came back up, very nicely done.
Okay. Yes.
I don't know why I felt that Joy had more mental problems than Ella.
Really?
Yeah, because she was acting crazy with all this flight in space, and Ella was going into the abyss. But actually, I like the contrast, but I believe them.
Okay. Anyone else? Any other thoughts?
It feels like Joy was manipulating the Ella that she's not a robot, but she's a human being. You know, I think she's a human being, not a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to create this world for her.
Okay.
Control her.
So, how about the two of you, Ella and Joy? How about any thoughts there?
I was just expecting Joy to be to kind of compete with my sadness, but she was going higher. So the more she was getting higher, the more I put myself below.
Mm, okay.
Below.
Um, so a lot of that
Oh,
scene,
that's a separate.
a lot of that scene was controlled by Ella. It was a matter of in any interaction, whether it's improv or not, someone reacts. Um, if you're arm wrestling, someone pushes and then someone pushes and it goes this way and it goes that way and it goes and eventually somebody wins. Uh, so when there's a stalemate and it's pretty much this, it's up to somebody to say, okay, to do some kind of a judo move and fall backwards and everybody falls forward, or change, do something that basically says, I'm going to let what my partner is doing affect me. It's okay to not for a while, but then at some point you have to. It's not have to. It's advantageous if you can let your partner, if you can choose to say, okay, here's where I let my partner affect affect me, which you did at the end. When I asked you to kind of let it, to let her affect you, to let her, she just said she likes you. You say no one likes you. She said she likes you. That's an opportunity to have an epiphany. Oh, you like me? So there's a change. Because if you stay the same thing the whole time, it's very hard to no matter that's so Joy can say anything. She can talk about galaxies and she can talk about butterflies and inchworms or whatever, and it's still going to be the same. But if you choose at some point to say, okay, I'm going to absorb this, then things change. So it was all on you.
Sound effects.
What on earth is that? I don't know what that is. It's Michael. I don't know what's going on. Wow. So yeah. So you need to think about, okay, I need how do I let this affect me? When do I let this affect me? There's no right or wrong, but eventually you will, and you did. Now in regular improv on stage, you never know how long your scene's going to be usually, so you can't afford to wait too long, or else you're going to get swept, edited, and you'll never get to that point. So think of the ping pong game that this is, and think, okay, at some point I can't just stand here and let the ball keep hitting my paddle. I'm going to have to actually make a move, which, as I said, eventually you did. But it's a little unnatural. I'm telling you to do unnatural stuff. I'm telling you to take low status when you can. So that's what you were doing. You probably would not have done that if I hadn't asked you to do that. So any other thoughts?
It was interesting that I was in control because I thought I was just going through Joy's flow.
You were in control because where's that coming from? That's got to go. For some reason, for some reason, you were in control because you were forcing her to do things. She was dancing all around you to try and do things. Like if I'm trying to break into a house, the house is in control until I break in. So you think that by taking low status that you're not in control. That's in improv. That's wrong. Low status is control. Low status is like when you're on a seesaw, and if you're on the bottom, you're low, but the guy up on top can't go anywhere until you move. He's stuck up there until you decide to let him go down. So low status is control. Kids know that. Kids know. They start crying, they get what they want. Kids figure that stuff out right away. When to take high status and when to take low status. They take high status with their sister and they take low status with their parents. Cool. Okay, let's move on. Who we got? Oh yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, good, we got it. There you go. I'll get out of your way. And go.
I should have spoken.
Oh.
I should have spoken, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry things didn't work out between us.
Pause.
It was a
pause because it was good, because something since it was right at the beginning, I'll pause it real quick. You accidentally spoke over one another. That's your thing. It happened. That's the thing. So it needs to keep. It should keep. If that happened on stage, you'd keep doing it. So
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I should have spoken.
I should have.
No. I should have spoken first.
Oh.
But I saw it coming. I'm so sorry. I should have noticed you coughing. I should have been more sensitive.
It was my fault.
No. No. I didn't buy your shaver. I'm so sorry. I haven't been sensitive lately.
No, I haven't been the one sensitive lately.
No,
it was me.
No. Look, I don't have the shaver again. And I know you hate growing your beard. It gives you rashes. See, you have sniffles now. And I should have washed that hand cloth. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry when you don't speak. I don't know what's on your mind. Please talk more. You're okay now? You're smiling? Or should I feel bad that you're smiling because you're in a bad mood?
No. There's nothing wrong.
There is something wrong. I should have seen it coming. I'm sorry. You've been telling me I've been listening to myself. It's about me. I should have been more you. Would you forgive me?
I'm sorry.
Maybe you should speak something that would really, like, more than punching me. Say the words, say it. I need it. Say it. I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
I am.
Not. it just wasn't working.
What?
It's just not working, and I guess that's also on me because I might have been too demanding, and you're always there. I
Well,
wasn't.
yeah, sometimes you are demanding. Yeah, I acknowledge that, and that makes me feel bad. Yeah. And last time you didn't talk, I think you're also insensitive, and I'm too insensitive not to see that you're insensitive. Would you like me to shave your mustache? I can buy a shaver now.
Scene. Cool. Fun. Okay. Any thoughts from you? I have a question. Did you, I'm sure I know the answer. You were purposely not saying stuff when he was asking you to say stuff.
Yeah.
You were purposely withholding.
Yeah.
So mean.
Good. Okay. Perfect. Great. I was hoping that was a choice and not an internet problem. But no, good, nice, very nice. But by not saying anything, you communicated something. That was cool. Anyone else, or either of you?
Not saying anything, it was a good choice because it was. I can see that it was really frustrating Lilith.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I actually, yeah. Sometimes if the other improviser does things that literally bother you, or affect you literally in some way, and it comes out in the character. Any other observations?
I think it's just because I also played to how I know Lilith as a person and as a possible scene partner. Like he talks a lot, and my thing is I really like to listen, and so I really use that on the scene. So which was very interesting to see this in this dynamic.
Yeah, I have a thing where I when I'm with a troupe, I ask them to, and we all get to know one another, as obviously, and maybe once every 6 months or so, in a rehearsal, I'll say, okay, I give each of them a name of someone else in the troupe, and they have to do improv like they're them. So you have to imitate another person's way of doing improv. So it's clear that Al is doing Joe right now. Everyone does that to everybody else. Everyone mimics somebody. So everybody, and some people hate that. Some people hate. I had one woman just burst into tears because and for no reason. She just couldn't handle the idea that the way she sees herself isn't the way other people see her. And so, but it's helpful every once in a while. It's like, someone did it to me once, and I used to do this a lot with my hands, and then I realized this guy's doing this. I said, that's what I do. Oh my God, I better stop doing that. So, yeah, you get used to yourself, and then you get used to other people. So it's sometimes fun to see what it is that you do, so you can keep doing it or stop doing it.
I became more sensitive because he wasn't speaking. I would notice even his sniffles, his cough, the way he had his hand towel. So I had to get something to know what's on his mind. I think I felt real. I felt real that I was really searching for clues what's going on with his mind.
Yeah, and it's clear. And there's nothing wrong with that. Is everything right with that? As long as it doesn't just. I knew a guy once who did that for an entire piece, like a 20-minute piece. He literally sat in the corner and covered himself up like that, and that's what he did. and the other guy had to do all the work. And so he thought he was being low status. He was in control. The other guy had to do everything just to get this guy to, and he never did. So eventually you did break out of it, but it was fun to watch. Okay, one more. Who have we got? We had Michael, but he seems to be gone. We have Josh. Oh, why did I take him out? Michael is not here. I don't know what happened to him. So, oh, what? He's back. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so last scene. Go ahead. Do what you can. I'll get out of your way.
Your Highness.
Yes, George.
Your Highness. Look at all
Yes,
these
sir.
people.
I see them.
Do you feel sorry for them, Your Highness?
I'm sorry. I can't go on like this anymore.
But they deserve it, right?
No, no, they don't. I deserve this. I deserve this, George.
I love the sight of this burning city, Your Highness. You're such a genius.
Yes. The fire, everything going down because of me. George, I want you to be the one.
What's that, Your Highness?
Uh, I want you to to s- to be the one.
Yes, I'm listening, Your Highness.
I want you to be the one to succeed me.
I respectfully decline your offer, My Highness. You are irreplaceable, Your Highness. I will be your forever advisor, and you will conquer every single country in this planet. Just listen to my voice always, and you will ensure your success, Your Highness.
Everything I see ends up in ashes because I don't know. I don't understand what you tell me. You always end up frustrated whenever you see me do things.
But everything is according to plan, Your Highness. this is what you want, right? You want everything. These people, you don't know each one of them. We don't care about them. That's crazy, right? We don't care about them. We need to survive. Your clan needs to survive. Don't be sorry about it, Your Highness. I'm so sorry if I talk loud, but this is what you want. We fulfill your dreams.
But I don't
You,
think this.
greatest, Your Highness, you are. You are the best king in the world. These people's lives, they sacrifice for Your Highness, for the change, right? This is what you want, Your Highness. This is what I I I see, before we work things out, before we plan it.
I don't want this anymore.
Don't want this anymore. Okay. Now I need you to grab your hose and let's put out this fire.
Okay. All right. Cool. Scene. I could have watched it longer. That was I enjoyed that. Any comments? Anyone? Any thoughts?
I
Thank you.
like how the king really wanted to leave his post. He was so consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found it fascinating actually. I enjoyed watching it. It felt like an actual scene, I like a scene in a play. It was interesting. As someone once said, I forget who it was. I think it was Shona Halper. No, it was Susan Messing in Chicago. That when you're doing improv scenes like this, shoot for interesting. Don't shoot for funny. Funny will happen. If you shoot for funny and you miss, at least there's nothing there. If you shoot for interesting, you'll always get there, and funny is going to be in there. So engage the audience. I was engaged. I liked it. It was a slow pace, but I kind of like that sometimes. Anyone have a thought? Well, I'm gonna force you now, because now we go around a circle and we say a thing. And I know it's a rectangle. I know it's not a circle, but I do know that. So we start here and we just go one to the other, and we do a takeaway circle, and you just say anything that pops into your mind about anything we've done or anything that came into your head. So just a quick thing. So Josh, what do you got?
Sometimes I remember before I always use my feelings, my emotion, but now I overthink.
Huh.
This is a day that I overthink too much, and I felt like I overthink too much. I didn't use my emotion right now.
Maybe you felt that way, but it didn't. At least it didn't seem that way to me. But I can't know how you feel, but I can tell you that it doesn't come across that way. Michael, any thoughts?
I just let Josh lead, so he just feels like trying to finish his sentence, trying to add something on what he last said. So that's it. So
Okay.
that's what's running in my mind. So,
Okay. The king was an interesting character, and you could have done more if you wanted to. Here's the thing: we wanted more, but on the other hand, we wanted more, so that's good. It doesn't mean you have to give it to us. Ella, anything in general?
This is in a way this is therapeutic for me because it's like I'm reading a book, but I'm the character and playing the character that comes that naturally comes out. It's very organic, and this is I love what we're doing here. So thank you, Tom.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Oops, anything?
Just a thought. It's like the race to the bottom. Since we the latter half of our workshop, we kind of did like who can get lower in terms of status. Like the race to the bottom kind of elevates and makes more sense to why the stakes of the scenes are there.
Interesting. Yeah, because as I say, it's human nature. The bottom controls. If there are two people on the scene, on the stage, and one woman is crying and the other man is not, who are we all looking at? We're all looking at her. We all look at the person who's the victim because we want to see what they're going to do, and the other person has to do stuff to try and help or whatever. So it's judo. You go low and throw somebody over you because you're lower than they are. Your center of gravity is lower. Lilith, anything?
It's interesting to be bottom. I mean, at the bottom. I usually, like Josh, I usually start because I'm restless if the scene doesn't start. Maybe I'm ADD, but actually I felt that Oops led the way. And I was really just, it's nice to listen and be sensitive.
Cool. Yeah, I had you guys all do the low status thing, not because that's going to necessarily make great scenes automatically. It's just so you can feel like to do it, because we automatically don't, and we try to defend ourselves. You're the worst mother in the world. No, I'm not. Well, yeah, be the worst mother. In life you want to defend yourself. On the stage, don't. So it helps to get rid of that reflex of defending yourself. Rob, anything?
I like the not talking. That's an interesting, but not talking and not listening at the same time. So you're sort of sending a signal just with a nod or a gesture. That's something I don't do. It doesn't occur to me typically. So this is a fun new toy to play with. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I saw a duo in Chicago many years ago, male and female, eventually were married, and they were wonderful, and they were so precise. It was like kabuki, it was like just precise everything, so that their words were precise and their movements were precise. And when I say precise, I mean that when she lifted her pinky, laughter. When she raised her eyebrow, laughter in a huge theater. Because why? Because everything they did was controlled as far as the dynamics. So they had the total control over the audience. Every little thing meant something because everything meant something, which was cool. Joy, what do you got?
The status. It's important in relationship characterization, and silence doesn't mean like lower tone. The way of communicating is in a lower tone doesn't mean that the one that is very vocal or higher in speech is in control.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, my father used to tell me when I was a kid, he said, if two people are arguing, you can always tell the one who's wrong because he's louder. And boy, that's the truth. So yeah, if you're right, you don't have to say a damn word. If you're wrong, you better start shouting. Okay, thank you guys very much. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you as always.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much.
I like your ending quote. who's wrong or right. That's a
What's
tip
that?
for
What is that?
That's a tip for me. The loud, can you explain, Lilith?
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's my father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good day.